Hey everybody, this is Jimmy Blevins coming at you with a new tutorial. I'm going to show you how to create an opt-in form in your page content using the Bloom opt-in form plugin from Elegant Themes. So let's jump right in. Come over here and let's click on New Opt-in. Then we're going to select the inline form. And our opt-in name, let's just do inline form, really creative. And our form integration. Now, once again, I've gone over this. There's a tutorial that shows you how to integrate everything with MailChimp, get your API key, get everything set up. So once that's done, you only have to do that once. And then you can come in here, pick MailChimp, pick the account that you set up with MailChimp, and then just pick the list that you want to add everybody to. And this is if we want to enable or disable the double opt-in, which I talk about as well in the tutorial for adding the MailChimp integration. So let's move on to designing it. And we're going to stick with just most of the default settings today. I'll pick this one, looks pretty good. Again, tons of options for you in this plugin. I mean, just look at all these different forms that you've got already pre-made. I love it when people do things to make my life easier. So now we're in the design settings. And this pretty much what you can do in here enables you to create every form you just saw on the last page. It's just kind of going in and fine-tuning things at this point. So we've got our title, subscribe to our newsletter, looks good to me. Opt-in message, this is a little bit of text you want to put to entice people to join up to get on your mailing list. We have our image settings. You can upload a custom image and also set whether it's above, to the right, below the text. You can set the animation for your image to load, and you can even hide it on mobile devices if you want to. So the styling, this is for our title and our text. So we got our background color set at white. You can pick different fonts if you want to. I'm just going to leave it at Open Sans. I'm going to leave all these as the default settings. Feel free to play around with it as much as you want. And if at any time you want to go ahead and preview those settings, you just click over here on this eyeball, and then that'll bring up the form so you can see what it's going to look like. This is what our form will look like. Now it's always going to preview it as the pop-up version. So even though we're creating an inline form, it's going to just show us the preview as the pop-up, which is fine. But I do notice I probably want to change it so that the form fields are below my image. So let's go back up here. We got image above text. That's perfect. Form setup, form on right. I'm going to move my form to the bottom. So to show you what that looks like now, you can see that our email form and the subscribe is there at the bottom. Perfect. Let's see. And I think on this one, I'm actually going to add our first and last name fields. So this will allow people to put their first and last name in there. And you can edit the text that you want in those fields, as well as the text that you want on the button to get people to subscribe. We got a little more form styling. You can stack your fields or have them in a row. You can round the corners on your fields and even change the text and the background colors. This is the form edge style. And what this does is right now we've got straight. So if you look at this in the preview, you'll see this bar right here is what it's talking about. This goes across the way straight. I'm going to leave that. That's just fine the way it is. If I wanted to get a little bit, spice it up a little bit, I've got other options there. This form footer text, this will add some text underneath your subscribe button if you want to. And then here, the success message, this is the little message that pops up right after you've gone and filled out the form. So the form kind of goes away and the little message pops up. And then of course we've got, if we want any custom CSS, that's where we pop that in right there. Okay, so now that's everything is done as far as how we want our form to be styled. But now all we need is the shortcode. So we click here on generate shortcode, and this is just a little bit of text that you're going to need to put on your page for the pop-up. So we just copy that, just select it all and hit copy, and then hit OK. So now what we're going to do is come into our pages. I want to add this to our text module, just a little page I did with a tutorial on the text module with the Divi Builder. And I'm going to add this using just our regular Divi Builder here. So I just want to come in I could either insert a module, or I could just insert it here in our already in the text, but you'll need a text module to actually pop it in there. So let's click on text. And we're not going to adjust any of the settings on our text module. We just needed to pop this shortcode in. That's all we needed to do. So we just paste that right here in our content field, hit save and exit, and then let's update this page. Okay, so now that we've updated our page, I've got it pulled up here, our text module page. Let's just refresh. And there's our form in all its glory, added to the page right there. Super simple. Hit subscribe. You have successfully subscribed. And that's everything that you need to do. That's how you add a form to your inline content using the Bloom Optin plugin from Elegant Themes. Once again, my name is Jimmy Blevins, and thank you so much for watching.